Thank you. He's on tomorrow?
No problem.
Oh, mate, I'll see you tomorrow. Welcome, viewers, or welcome back to anyone that subscribed. A little bit of different scenery for you today. I've been out this way a few times, but I hadn't got it onto camera for you. Oh, there's some big boy buckets. Wonder where they're going to. Yeah, so story for today. Again, not really a trucking story. Another truck driver is involved, but yeah. Well, I'll just have to explain what happened. So, a few of you have seen me out and about. So, a few of you people have got me up on the radio and said hi. Sorry I can't remember all your names, but no, always appreciate saying hi to people. You know, if you like this, seeing what I'm doing, and you know, you just want to call me out and say, hey, I see ya. Whatever you want to say, then yeah. Look, a lot of people have got me on and just said, look, I watch your videos, keep up the good work. That's what they say. So if what you think I'm doing is good, thank you. I appreciate the kind words. I usually take my high vis off, and I can see it in the window at the moment. Hopefully when I get out of here, the sun will be behind me and it's not really obstructing the vision. But just doing a bit of local work at the moment. Still doing the interstate, but this is just a little side gig, a little bit of extra sort of curricular activity in between trips. I'm gonna make sure we can get out of here nice and safely. Would have been too good if we could just keep rolling. All right. What was I saying? Oh, so a few of you have called me up on the radio, the two-way. And there's even been a few people that have seen me in person. And they've called me up, you know, or come up and seen me, or driving past, you know, or been fueling up. There's been a few places where people have seen me. They've either recognised it was me, or they've just gone, I wonder. Which is what this latest person has... Oh, actually, it wasn't the latest person. There's someone since then has said to me, it's one of the places I delivered to. They said, well, I didn't know you made videos. And I was like, yeah, look, I don't go out preaching about it. You know, if you find it, you know, if you find it on your own and you enjoy it, then good. If, you know, I don't want to be one of those people that, you know, oh, hey, get out there, watch my... No, I just do this for fun, you know, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, then you don't need to watch it. But yeah, for those that have found it organically and that enjoy it, and then you actually see me out there, come up and say hi, just like this guy did. I won't say where you worked, but if you're watching, you'll know who you are. Like I said, there's quite a few other people that have seen me and come up and like physically come up and spoken to me and all that. But this latest person sees me at Wallen BP. I'm heading out of Melbourne, heading northbound. Anyway, I pulled up and I was going into the service station then. And anyway, a bloke comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, gotta ask you, do you do them YouTube videos?" And I was like, yeah, I've got a few videos on YouTube. And he's like, "Shane? Is your name Shane?" I said, "Yeah, that's me." He said, "Oh, mate, I like watching your videos. I like them." And I was like, "Oh, mate, I appreciate it." And he says, "No, you know, like you tell it how it is." And this is his words. He said, "There's a heap of Americans on there, all the Yanks. They're fucking," I can't remember the exact terminology, but it was very close to along the lines of, yeah, they're a bunch of fucking idiots. They're, the way they act, the way they carry on. And I was like, I don't know the way I carry on, but obviously it's better, or, you know, you enjoy it, or you're late to whatever I'm doing, he thinks it's better than whatever a lot of the American people are doing. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just in it, just having a good time. I'm already driving this road anyway, so if I throw the camera on and talk rubbish for 20 minutes and you enjoy it, then happy days. And he said, "No, I've seen a few of your videos." "Oh, actually, I've seen a lot of them. I might have watched them all." And I said, "Mate, look, I appreciate it." And I said, "No, like, I've always, you know, said, you know, if you see me out in the wild, you know, you see me out somewhere, come up and say hi." And he said, "Oh, well, you're parked out there next to me." And I said, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Yeah, I saw the truck pull up and I thought, oh, that looks like him." And then he sees me hop out and he said, "Well, he's got a lot of tattoos." And then he said, "I followed you in, and then I was looking," and he said, "Oh, well, what's the worst that can happen? If I come up and ask it's you either say, yes, it's me, or you just punch me in the face." I was like, man, look, I ain't that type of guy. Look, you know, if push comes to shove, then okay, I'll shove back, but I'm not out here fucking causing issues. I'm not out here causing drama. I like to think that I'm pretty chill. I'm, you know, like, if you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. And I said, yeah, okay, look, it might be a bit, I don't know what you want to say, like, I might look like a fuckhead from, you know, from first view from some people, because I'm covered in fucking ink. That doesn't change who you are. But anyway, he said, "Oh, I didn't actually realise that you had your whole head tattooed as well." I said, "Yep, I'm a fucking delinquent." So for anyone that doesn't know, I've got my head tattooed. Not my face. My face is fucking clean. But yeah, I've got the, you know, anywhere that you would grow hair on your head, I've got tattoos. So the whole scalp, you know, behind the ears, all the way down, you know, down the, you know, the back of the neck and all that. And then he said, "I thought you had a beard though." I said, "Well, the story about that, there is a story. I'm trying to grow it back. It's just a thing that it happens over time." Okay, so like I said, I've had the head tattooed for a couple of years. I had the sides of my neck. Anyway, I thought it's time. Enough time has passed. You know, I'm in a job that I enjoy. I ain't going nowhere. You know, and anyway, like, if I try and go and get another job, I've already got my fucking head tattooed. What else can, like, if that's going to cancel me from getting a job, then so will if I get a throat tattoo. It's going to be exactly the same. So I thought that, okay, it's time. I'm getting my fucking throat tattooed. Now, to get the throat tattoo, I had to shave the beard off. I'm kind of happy with how it turned out. I like it. It's, you know, I think it turned out rather well. and just gonna let the beard regrow so I can cover it up again. No, but look, so I got the throat done all like from the neck all the way up to my jawline and all the way around almost from ear to ear. But if I let the beard grow in, then you're still going to see like my actual throat, you know, bottom of the neck and all that. It's still going to be tattooed and, you know, visible. But I'm not a hairy person. You know, I'm one of those people. I don't have any hair on my back. I've got a few hairs on my chest, and I don't grow much hair on my head. Hence why I got the head tattoo. And I can grow a beard. It sort of gets to a certain length and then it just sort of stops, but it'll take me probably a year to grow a beard. Like, I've got a year, you know, 1 year, and you can actually say I've got a beard. At the moment, I've got bum fluff, you know, it's just a little scraggly bit of fucking fur on my face. There's some guys out there, they'll shave at fucking 6 AM. By midday, it looks like they've been growing it for 2 weeks. You know, like they've got a fucking beard bigger than mine in 6 hours. I'm like, what are you doing that I'm not doing? So, but that's just the way it is. Some people are hairy fucking blokes. So, you know, I've got a mate, and what's he doing? I've got a mate. He's got more hair on his back than what I've ever grown on my whole fucking body. So, if he was to go and get a back tattoo, he'd have to fucking do it in 2 sessions. Session 1 would be getting his back shaved or waxed, and session 2 would actually be getting the tattoo, which in a week's time you wouldn't be able to see anyway because he's too fucking hairy. The hair would grow back. So, anyway, yeah, this guy, he's like, oh, I thought you had a beard. And I sort of said to him, you know, I got a throat tattoo. That was only fresh at the time. And then he said, oh, you know, well, yeah, glad I got to see you and all that. You know, like, yeah, good to, you know, I said, oh, man, I appreciate it. Then he said, oh, but, you know, I thought that you were taller and skinnier. And I just said to him, yeah, I am a bit of a fat cunt, aren't I? He goes, no, I didn't mean it like that. And I said, nah, look, hey, it is what it is. You know, I know I'm not fucking skinny. He goes, no, I'm not saying you're fat. You don't look fat at all, but for some reason, he said, I don't know whether he'd seen a video and maybe he saw a reflection, or you know, he looked and I was walking around and he saw my shadow and it was like stretched on the ground or something. I don't know, but he just said, I thought you were a lot taller and a lot skinnier. And I thought, well, I don't know. I mean, I was taller than him, you know, when he's standing there talking to me. And I thought, well, you know, I'm 6 foot. I think it's last time I measured myself, I was 180 centimeters. So I was like, I'm not exactly short. I'm not a fucking basketball player either, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I thought, you know, I was just like sort of maybe on average, you know, like maybe a tiny little bit taller than the average person, you know, definitely not what I'd call short. And I said, oh, yeah, you know, like, I fucking yo-yo with my weight. And at the moment, I'm at the fucking bottom of the fucking thing. I'm in that heavy stage again. I'm not waiting for that fucking bloke. I'm fucking going. So, it made me think, do I need to fucking get back on the bandwagon? He wasn't saying it in any derogatory way. He was just saying, look, it's the first time I've ever met you, and for whatever reason he thought I was slimmer than what I currently am. Or in his words, skinnier. Well, it's time, I think. It's time. Summer's coming up. You start doing a few extra like little jobs like this where you've got to wear the long pants, long sleeve. Obviously I'll roll the fucking sleeves up as soon as you get back in the truck, but oh man, you near melt alive when you're out there in the sun. You got to wear long sleeves, long fucking pants, steel cap boots, gloves, glasses, the hard hat, all that fucking shit comes off as soon as you leave the job site. Can't wait to fucking kick it all off. But when you're wearing it out in the fucking sun, I mean, look, even a fit person's probably going to get a bit sweaty. But I think I could afford to lose a few kilos. So, yes, I'm on the bandwagon. I've got to lose some fucking weight. I listened to a guy. Well, he does put them up on YouTube, but mainly on Spotify. I listened to a guy. Shout out to you, Cletus. Shout out to Cletus Ray. Look, he's been on the the carnivore diet a few times. It worked for him. And then he does the same as I do, where he fucks up. He goes really good for like 3, 4, 5 weeks, you know, loses a few pounds. And then he went on a big cruise and, you know, he overeats and fucking drinks a bit. He was flashing me. He was the last guy that's going to go out there today, but there's another set of roadworks up here. There could be a fucking policeman in these roadworks. So I'm going to slow down anyway, like I did back at the bridge back there, where there was roadworks. But I've come out here a few times and seen a fucking Mr. Popo in this fucking set of roadworks, even on a weekend. And he gets ya. Well, not me, but he gets other people for the speed zones. Maybe that was just his way of saying hello, because no one else is flashing me. Anyway, yeah, so he's been on the carnivore diet a few times. And it's made me think, should I try that out? You know, so, because, yeah, short of being said straight to my face, hey, you're a fat fuck, I was told by someone that met me for the first time that they thought I should be skinnier. So, hey, if you've done the carnivore diet, that's what I want to hear about. Have you done it before? Any tips? So last week I started taking just meat to work. It was sausages and rissoles, or meat patties. But obviously it's processed stuff, you know, like, am I looking too much into it? Is it still going to be good for me if I'm eating sausages? Or is it, you need to go proper carnivore, like only eating proper meats, like just steak and fucking chops and stuff like that? I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really looked into it. I'd like to keep eggs in the diet because I do like eating eggs. I assume that's probably part of a carnivore type fucking thing. Maybe I need to talk to Cletus about it. If you're watching this one, do a podcast on the carnivore. Give me a rundown on the do's and don'ts of the carnivore. But for everyone else, if you've got ideas or tips or fucking anything about the carnivore, even if it's a web page or a YouTube video, because look, the thing is, with diet and exercise and nutrition and all that stuff, you could type it in. Say you type it into YouTube, you get the top 10 videos, you click on it, and it will be from 10 different people, and they'll tell you 10 different fucking things. And you're like, who do I fucking listen to? What's gonna work for me? I don't really have enough time to try out each fucking one. Like, if I try each one out for a week, is that long enough to say whether it's going to work or not? Do I need to try it out for 2 weeks? You try out everything for 2 weeks, then all of a sudden you're doing it for 20 weeks, because that's how long it would take to do 10 different fucking styles of it. You go, well, that's 6 months. It would have been better if I just did one thing for 6 months and go, okay, I've lost 10 kilos. Fucking good. But what do I do? So help me out. if you've done the carnivore diet, look, I'm not out there to fucking start starving myself. I'm not doing that, so I'm not going to do the man shake. I'm not interested in that. I'm not really interested in, unless maybe the fasting type thing, I don't know, but I don't want to get to a position where I'm out in the road and then you try to start doing a fast and then like 12 hours in you think, oh yeah, I could do with something to eat, and then 2 hours later you go and your body goes, I'm gonna start fucking you over if you don't put food into me, you know, and then you can't sleep, and I don't know, like, would it be best if I did a fast on, say, a Saturday, because I don't usually leave till Sunday, fast all day Saturday, so then when Sunday comes, do you wake up as not as hungry because you've already fasted for like over a full day? You've already fasted for 24 hours? What in the fuck are they doing? He's taking a photo, she's running to a car, she's like, let me go and get my phone, this lizard might run away. I don't know what they were doing. But yeah, so the time has come. Shane needs to become the skinnier boy that everyone thinks that he should be. If you see this, if you're watching this video in the future, if you're watching this video in 2026 and you see me and I'm still a fat fuck, then I want you to come up to me and say, hey, fat guts, why are you so fucking lazy? Something like that. You know, that like negative, positive stuff, like you got to be cruel to be kind. Does that work? Mate, well, maybe it has in this scenario. Well, he told me that I should be skinnier, and here I am, thinking that I need to go on a diet. I don't know. But that can be the word for today, carnivore diet, or just diets in general. Give me your best diet tips. Carnivore diet, other, like I said, I'm not doing the man shakes, but tell me what you've done. Everyone's been on a diet before, even fucking skinny people, that's how they end up anorexic. Tell me your best diet story. You know, how much weight have you lost? Are you like me, where you lose 10 kilos and then 6 months later you're looking at yourself going, what the fuck happened? I need to do that again because I'm now at the same weight that I was when I started. I don't know. I seem to do it, you know. I'll lose a few kilos coming into summer, and then by the end of summer I'm like, yeah, okay, I look and feel better. And then because you're in a better state, you just sort of stop worrying about it, and then you're like, yeah, we can go out for tea every weekend, and oh, it won't hurt if I have all the sugary bloody Red Bulls again, and yeah, next thing you know, you're drinking, you know, 14 of them a week. And I tell you what, you look at the sugar amount of sugar in, you know, like one of them energy drinks, it's like fucking 50 or 60 grams of sugar. You have one, or like, if you have 2 of them a day, which look, I don't, but let's just say 1 a day. Even over the 5, if you work for 5 days and you have 1 of them a day, that's 250 grams of sugar. That's half a kilo, or sorry, a quarter of a kilo of sugar, just in drinks. And you're only having 1 a day. If you have 2 a day, that's half a kilo of sugar. Holy fuck. That's a lot of sugar. Which equals a lot of carbs, which equals a lot of fucking weight. Tell me your best diet stories. And if you see me in the future and you think I'm fat, tell me I'm a fat fuck. And maybe that'll work in my brain to go, if you want people to stop calling you fat, don't be fat. I'm not body shaming anyone. I'm talking about myself. If you've watched all this way and you haven't already, just hit subscribe. Make my subscriber count fatter. That'll help me. No, that's it. Thank you. Bye now. But we're only going to be doing a speed limit. No, actually he's not. I'm looking over here. He's hanging back there. So, yeah, has anyone had any, I don't know, anything with the carnivore diet? I'm sort of thinking about holy fuck, Jesus, that was fucking close. There was no need for them to fucking pull in that close. That was fucking stupid. And now they're slowing down.